Hey guys, it's Scott Weddle here, and my intention with these videos is to help you make more money with less time input so you can actually just go and live your life, your dream life, whatever that means to you. And because of the wisdom I'm going to be sharing with you in these videos, I have managed to go from working on a building site, yes, a building site that I absolutely hated, working for minimal wage, to running an online business that does collectively 8 figures per year, which is pretty cool, right? And I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to just really show you what's bloody possible. How could a a guy from Scotland who had employee mentors his whole life transform into doing what I'm doing now? And the reason for that is because of some wisdom I'm going to share with you today. And the first question I've got for you to ponder is, what would you do if money was no object in your life? Think about that for a second. Imagine that you had unlimited amounts of money and you could do whatever you want. What would you be doing every single day? What would you be working on? What passions would you have? What hobbies would you have? Who would you surround yourself with? Where would you travel? What would be your vision? What would you be doing every single day? Have a think about that for a second and connect to it, and make sure it's really true for you and it's not just something that you're trying to do to prove yourself to the world, because a lot of people mask their goals and their visions and their dreams in their own insecurities. And I don't want that for you, man. I don't want that for you, because that's a way that you're going to drive forward in life and end up achieving some stuff to just be completely unhappy and unfulfilled and end up sabotaging whatever it is that you've created in some kind of way. So really make sure when you ask yourself this question that it's really true for you, okay? That it's true for you. It's in your heart. It's a real desire that you want, not just some made up bullshit that is masking your own insecurities, your own beliefs that you have about yourself, and all the ways that you feel incomplete. And if you sitting there and your ego's turning around and saying, "Oh, Scott, I've not got any of them," talking to you males out there, that is absolute nonsense. You do. We all do. And if you're vulnerable enough to admit it, then you can do something about it and you can actually rise above it and create what you want in life. So think about that life you would have if money was no object. How would that feel? Imagine how it would feel. Imagine every single day waking up, your 2 feet on the ground. How would you feel? You'd feel alive, right? It'd be absolutely powerful. Now, the next question I want you to ponder, and I want you to be honest when I ask you this question, is why are you not currently living that yet? Why are you not currently living that yet? And how does it feel now compared to the vision that you had in your head a second ago? And if you're being honest with yourself, how does it really feel? How does it feel if you're being honest with yourself? Do you want me to tell you why you are not living this right now? Here's why. It's because you're not driving the right vehicle to get you to financial and time freedom. Like, think about it this way. Metaphorically, you are trying to go from one side of the world to the other, right? So you're trying to go from point A to point B. You're trying to go from here to here. And what you're doing, metaphorically, is some people are choosing a bicycle to go from one side of the world to the other, and that's a terrible vehicle to choose, to go from one side of the world to the other. Some of you are choosing a bit of a better vehicle, but still not quite right. So you're choosing like a car to go from one side of the world to the other, right? This is what you're doing right now when you're trading your time for money, and you're just giving away your power to things outside of yourself. Is you're choosing a bicycle or you're choosing a car, right? And that's not what you should be doing, okay? And I'm going to tell you today that's just stop it. Just stop making decisions that don't align with where you want to go in life. Just stop it. Now look, it's not your fault. And here's why. You were born into a working class family, okay? And in that working class family, you were born into a world of employees, and then you went to school and hung around teachers that are employees, and you've just been absolutely surrounded by employees who are teaching you unconsciously to live like an employee. They've been teaching you about work, money, and how the world works. And there's a lot of limitations when it comes to trading your time for money. Because can we all agree that time equals limited? Yeah, we all have a finite amount of time here on planet Earth. So if you trade your time for money, what does money equal? It equals limited as well. So this is what you've been taught, so it's not your fault. So stop being hard on yourself. And by the way, I got you. And if you keep engaging in our content and our stuff and what we're doing here, we're going to change your life forever. And we're going to inspire you to live a life beyond you could ever imagine. Now, here's what you need fundamentally, right? Let's forget about specifics. Fundamentally, what you need is you need to choose a vehicle that provides value in the world, that can be automated, done location free, and that people want to pay for. Write that one down. You need a vehicle that is valuable, because money is just a measurement of value that you create in the world, okay? And if you can have a vehicle that creates value and it can be automated through processes and people, then it doesn't really have to take all of your time input to provide the value. Then if it can be done location free, you don't need to keep showing up to the same place over and over again doing the same shit different day. I've lost count how many times I've walked into the coffee shop happy as hell to ask my barista, how's it going, man? Yeah, you know, same shit, different day. So if you had a thing that was location free, you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want. You could jump on a plane, go traveling. You could go on holiday 4 times a year, 3 times a year, 10 times a year, whatever you want, right? So you need a vehicle that is valuable, that can be automated, that can be location free, and that people want to pay for, right? So people think they create value, but then people don't want to pay them for that because it's the value that you projected onto the world, and they didn't do any research to find out that there was an actual need in the marketplace, right? Now here at the Digital Marketing School, what we do is we help everyday people shift from grinding away in their 9 to 5 or 7 to 3 to owning a system that produces value in the world without needing to put that 8 to 10 hours a day in to create the value. Does that sound good to you? Because if it sounds good, then you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you one of the first steps that you need to make sure that you stick to long-term success. Because isn't it true that you've tried something before, then stopped, and then sabotaged yourself? You probably have done that, right? Now, if you never want to do that again, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video, because I've got some awesome notes here for you, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. So, the first step that we help our students get clear on is what I call the remote 4-hour workday vision. So we have this concept called working the remote 4-hour workday, which means that you can just have a laptop, a Wi-Fi connection, and yourself, and be able to work a little amount of hours in the day and produce the value they need to produce in the world to get paid. This is how our students have been earning their old 12-month salary in just 3 months, right? So imagine taking your old 12-month salary and earning that in 3 months rather than 12 months. That's pretty life-changing, right? And that's what's possible when you commit to the journey of learning a high-income skill that produces value in other people's lives. Now, after working with thousands of students, here's what we've realized. We figured out that human beings need a why to stay committed to doing what is required to set something up like this, right? Now, this is not the kind of positive psychology, personal development, rah-rah, motivational stuff. This is just true. You need a why. It's not woo-woo, right? A study by 2 psychologists, Richard Ryan and Edward Desai, found that people who have a personal reason or purpose for achieving their goals are more than likely to be motivated, engaged, and committed to achieving them across the long term. Now, isn't it true that you want long-term success. So this shows that having a why or a purpose is super important for long-term success. Does that make sense? So you're going to have more intrinsic motivation and commitment and drive if you get clear on what you want your life to look like and who you're going to impact and the impact it's going to have on other people's lives around you. Now, there are 3 visions that we suggest that you get clear on. Now, let me turn the paper here and write them out. So the first thing, I'm going to write them in code. so write them down. The first one, that's an L, by the way. So for anyone out there that thinks they are not good spellers or can't write very neatly, there's hope for you. So that's DLC. It stands for Dream Lifestyle Cost. It's very important that you actually sit down and really get clear on what it is, what it takes for you to earn your dream, live your dream lifestyle. So how much is the house that you want? How much is the car that you want? How much is the travel that you want to do? Right? How much is insurances and your necessities and do you want to do date night 3 times a week, 1 night a week? Do you want to, how much do you want to treat your friends once a month? What is it you want to do? What's your dream lifestyle cost? Right? Now, I'm not talking about your current lifestyle cost. I'm talking about your dream lifestyle cost. Because when you get clear on your dream lifestyle cost, what we can do is we can look at your current reality and then look at your vision. And then what we can do is just take small milestone steps to move from here to here. We're not going to be exploding you into your dream lifestyle cost tomorrow. That's just not possible. Fibonacci is a sequence in nature, and 1 moves into 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 5, and then it just grows on itself. Now, if you want to learn more about that, literally just search it on Google. So the next thing is that we want to do is your perfect average day, your PAD, right? Now, we believe that if you just wake up every single day and live the life that you would just love to live every single day, then you're going to be happy and fulfilled no matter what you're doing. So if your dream is to get up at 7 in the morning and go and spend the first 3 hours of your day looking after yourself and going to yoga and doing all these things and reading and all that, you can do that. If your dream life is to get up at 5 in the morning and start working and then finish at 12, then you can do that. It's up to you what you want to do, right? So it's very clear that you get a plan of when you would love to wake up, when would you like to go to sleep, and what would be the ideal day, okay? Knowing that you're probably going to need to produce at least 4 hours of work to move something forward in your life. So have 4 hours of work time, 2 hours and 2 hours, or 4 hours in 1, or 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour blocks, whatever it is to you. And then plan your life around it and get really clear on what that looks like. Then last is what we call the Dream Factory. Now, the Dream Factory is, it is powerful to write down all of the things that you would love to achieve in your life. So things like, is it a net worth goal, an income goal? So you can go that side of it, but you can also just go like holidays that you would like to do, experiences you would like to create, things that you would love to buy. Like, is it what clothes do you want to buy? Cars? So like, what's the dream factory? Because we want to put all those dreams metaphorically into the factory, and then what we do is we earn income that allows us to bring that into reality now, right? Now think of these like 3 circles, that link like this, right? So if dream lifestyle cost is down here, and that meets your perfect average day, what we have in the middle here when they meet is control. Now, every human being has a drive for some sort of level of control in their life. Some people just have way too much desire for control, and they end up becoming control freaks. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, like, isn't it true that you want to have more control of your time and your agenda and how you want to live life? Yeah? Isn't it true that you want to have more control over the income that you earn so you can do the things that you love? Yeah? Okay. So what these two do, Dream Lifestyle Cost, Perfect Average Day, is they do that. They allow you to live the life that you absolutely love and want because you can afford it, and you're living that day every single day. So you're in control of your money and your time. Now, next, when Perfect Average Day meets the Dream Factory, what you have is total freedom, right? because what you're doing here is you are living life true to your heart and what you actually want to achieve, right? You're going out and you're saying, right, I want to achieve that, and you're going to do it, and then you're living your perfect day. You've just got freedom. You're literally living on the edge of your potential when you have these two things. Now, next, when the dream lifestyle cost meets the dream factory, you create affordability in the middle there. And that means you're never going to have to say no because of money again. Wouldn't that be nice? Of course it would be. Now, when all three of these meet, you are living life on your own terms. And that's what I want for human beings. I want everyone to be living life on their own terms, not living life to someone else's agenda. You get it? Now, I know that you want to wake up and live the life that you love, but right now you're just not in the right vehicle. So if you get clear on these three things, I promise to you that your level of motivation, inspiration, and drive will increase towards your goals. Like if you can wake up every single day and really sit with your dream factory and really just visualize that, right? And really create a picture in your subconscious. What this is doing is it's informing your subconscious on your level and what you want to create, right? Now, this is not like affirmations where you're just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, when you're completely just not, and you're broken, you're lying to yourself. This is not what I'm talking about. This is a whole other level of what I'm talking about. This is owning your heart's desires, which is what's in your dream factory. It's your heart's desires. And owning them and building a relationship with your truth and what you're here to create. And literally every single morning waking up and literally just really tuning in and feeling them and just and visualizing them and sensing it and building a sensory experience in your mind of that, because that informs your subconscious on your level. Because right now you have circumstances that you've got in your life, and that's not where you're going. So don't you dare limit your vision with your current circumstances. And this is a way that you get your mind into the end result of what you're creating and stop focused on what you don't want to create. Because what most people are doing is they're focused on what they don't want unconsciously, and they think they're doing this whole personal development thing, but they're actually not. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is actually think about these things and write them down. Like, so do some research on your dream lifestyle cost. What does it cost? Is it 20 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 30 grand a month? What is it? Your perfect average day, write it down. What is it? In your dream factory, write it down and just notice how exciting it is to do that stuff, right? Now, as a quick bonus, what I want to share with you is a personal goal that I set back when I first decided to really get my money right. And it was like a financial milestone. So if you can achieve this, you're going to live a really good life. And it's not that hard to achieve this. And this is just milestone one, guys. There's so much more that opens up to you. But if you can achieve what I'm about to say, your life will change. So step one, you need to focus on taking home $25,000 a month after your taxes and expenses. With our model that we teach here at Digital Marketing School, it's only like 7 to 10 clients to do that, which is pretty simple considering there's so many businesses in the world. What you do is you set aside 60% of your income and you invest it into a fund. There's funds out there that do 8 to 12% a year, and if you're earning 25 grand a month, you can put 15 grand into that. Okay. Other things that you can invest into to start with is your skill sets. Okay, so if you've got like something you want to buy that month, that's like a mentor or a course or something like that, then you might want to skip a month and put it into the fund and put some money into like a course. You're investing. So you're either investing into your skill set or you're investing into the fund that's just saving your money and compounding your money. Places like Vanguard and stuff like that do that. Then what you do is you set aside 40%. By the way, just to confirm, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes, right? So the next thing you do is you live off 40% of your income. So in this example of 25 grand a month, it's $10,000. And you can live a pretty good life with $10,000 a month, especially if you've got partners earning money as well. It's just, yeah, and if you're single or whatever, you can live a great life Then what you do is you just keep your one focus on increasing your income, right? So you might invest for 3 months into the fund, and then one month you get this opportunity to increase your skill set, and then you take that 15 grand and invest it in that. Then you invest for another 4 or 5, 6 months, something like that. And then another opportunity comes up to increase your skill set to earn more money. So you invest some money in that. You get the point, right? And as your income grows, which it will, then your lifestyle can grow. You can start buying the cars you want. You can start doing the stuff you really want to do in your dream lifestyle cost. And what you do is you set this structure up first, and then you're aware of your dream lifestyle cost, and then you slowly just let your income grow, and you kind of work towards this just being a reality for yourself so you can actually fulfill all of your dreams. Does this make sense? Of course it does. Now, there's something in the world called compound interest, and Albert Einstein said, he who understands it will earn it, and he who doesn't understand it will pay it. So you have to invest in yourself or put your money into something that's going to compound, and that's what's going to allow compound interest to work for you. So there's 2 milestones that you need to achieve to make this happen, guys, to live your remote 4-hour workday vision. And the first is you need to have a high income skill that allows you to increase your income. You need to keep building high income skills, right? Then number 2 is you need to have the ability to save a high percentage of your income monthly so you can start investing it into building more skills or putting it into funds that compound your money. Now, if I could turn back time to my 18-year-old self, 20-year-old self, 15-year-old self, this is exactly what I would tell him. And if I implemented this way earlier in my life, I would be way further ahead than I am now. But I'm grateful that I'm here today sharing this with you, so hopefully you can start this now. With that said, my friend, this work is really important. It's the first step to you literally getting out there and being motivated to drive into building a skill that can allow you to make as much money as you want so you can start setting yourself up for life. And here's what I'm going to leave you with. If you were just to focus really hard for the next 6 months, you could set yourself up for life. Imagine that, setting yourself up for life in 6 months. We actually had a student called James Wellington who jumped into the course, and he made $650,000 in just 6 months. That's life-changing money for the everyday person, right? Okay, with that said, my friend, this is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you had fun. Wherever you listen to this, whether it's video, audio, or whatever, I hope you got a lot out of this. And make sure you take action today on the tasks that I gave you, which is to get clear on your dream lifestyle costs, your perfect average day, and your dream factory, and then writing down the financial milestone that I recommended. Now remember, this is just educational purposes only, not financial advice. So if you want financial advice, go to your financial advisor and confirm that this is something that you want to do. With that said, my friend, I appreciate you. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.